Developing game, next slide. Developing game is like learning a sport or skill. You start with the basics, watch the pros you like, and mimic. Practice, practice, practice. Your own style will emerge from this. And the reason I responded to a tweet that it's admittedly impressive, but emulating other people doesn't really work. You have to have your own style. Yes, over time. I think this was talking about like watching Mystery. Like Mystery has some infield videos where he's picking up girls. They're using night vision, and you see him actually, and from a distance, not where they have the camera. Which when girls see the camera, they know, it affects the pickup. Therefore, when they use night vision, they're in a very busy bar. You can barely hear it, other than he's mic'd up. You get a true sense of what he's doing. Um, it is impressive to watch pros do it, but the key is, and it's just like RSD, um, is when Tyler would go out and do infield. It's good to see pro level because you will pick it up through osmosis, and then you got to practice. But start with the basics. There's certain alpha texting rules. There's certain conversation rules. There's certain ways of body, your posture, body language. These are basics. Watch the pros, mimic, practice, practice, practice. You will develop your own style. Again, almost everything, 80% of what I put out there is basic training. You can use it up to about 80%. And that last 20% is where you've experienced enough women texting, talking, fucking, that you know when to call an audible, when you can deviate. Because I get a lot of guys that jump in there, oh, I like to use emoticons, I like to use emojis, da da da. But in general, most guys fuck it up. Or they'll start out doing well, not using anything, then they add it in, and then it throws their entire game off. And they don't know why their texting isn't working anymore. Again, I always say start with the basics. And if it's working, don't fuck with it. But a lot of guys will want to improve and change their style and make improvements, but they don't realize that, like, when you're starting out, you don't have the intuition, the experience, the number of contacts under your belt to make informed decisions on your feet, to make a change in venue, to only go to one place and immediately take her back to your place. Again, a little bit of experience, and then you'll be able to read the situation better. Again, be it texting or talking or moving the girl around, or even when you get her back to your place. Do watch the pros. If you got a little bit of time, watch street pickup. You will see guys talking to complete strangers cold. And if you think I mean, especially even if you don't use cold pickup, it helps you see some of the lines, some of the threads of conversation you can follow and see how they do it. And you can pick up certain phrases, certain lines, certain habits, and watch their body language, and you can emulate that. Again, it's like watching pro ball players. You see it. You got to see a perfect execution in order for you with your limited ability and awkwardness and lack of coordination to emulate that, but you will get better. So remember, start with the basics. Don't be afraid to watch the pros that are way ahead of us. Practice, 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 and your own best style will emerge from this. And it's inevitable, and it always happens. Next slide. Any role where you have